Before we dive in, let's talk about an innovative app that's hit the AI sphere. That's BitMind. 2025 has been a watershed year for generative AI. Its growth is reshaping industries, education, and even our daily communication. But with that explosion comes a major challenge. How do we know what's real and what's AI generated? That's where BitMind comes in. Their market-leading detection engine has an 88% accuracy rate, making it the clear leader in the space. And that matters because AI detection is the foundation of trust. From educators verifying assignments to journalists checking sources, being able to separate human from machine is critical. And now you can access that power in seconds with the BitMind mobile app, AI or not. Here's how it works. Simply paste in a block of text, tap Analyze, and within seconds, the app tells you whether it's likely written by human or AI, along with a confidence score. For example, you might see likely AI generated, 87% confidence, or likely human, 92% confidence. Behind the scenes, Subnet 34 ensures BitMind evolves constantly with the latest advancements in AI, keeping detection accurate and reliable. Check the link in the description and try it yourself today.
Really early. My counsel, they can attest for this. Every time the wealth group drops, I'm already there. And they're already talking about pushing the narrative of decentralized physical AI robotics. So I don't know if anybody in Bittensor is doing that right now. There's a couple tokens that I'm into. I don't want to chill them, right? Because this is about Tau. But that is the next theme and narrative that I think is going to be lucrative in this next leg up. It's going to be short-lived, right? You're probably going to have like a 2 to 4 week window, if 2 to 3 months, right? Because I am of the belief that this cycle is coming to an end. But I do believe that the next leg up will be the best part of the cycle and the most lucrative. So it's a few machine economy tokens that's building an economy for robots to communicate with each other, right? On some Tom Cruise type stuff, right? And I think that not everybody has caught on yet, but as soon as these tokens start moving, the narrative will start catching some fire.
I think we have any subnets in the Bittensor ecosystem that are into the decentralized robotics. What are some narratives or sectors you like within Bittensor itself?
I like what Ridges is doing. I'm still trying to get a full, it's like, I like what they're doing. I can't regurgitate it the way like some of these experts do, but I know what they're trying to do. I also like Chutes because people use Chutes and they don't even know it's a crypto. So now you got a subnet that's transcending crypto, right? They have APIs. So I'm also a vibe coder. I am been coding for about 6 months now. I build applications. I build workflows. And I've used Chutes API. I've used DSearch API. So when I buy a subnet, I actually use the stuff, right? I know Chutes API works. I know it's cost efficient. And once they figure out how to generate more revenue than the miner output, I think that token will do really good, right? It's just that the miners gotta let it breathe. Miners, stop flooding my bags, miners. Pump it. Pump D-Tau. I like Chutes. I like Dippy because of AI, of course, but the Elon pushing Annie and these Grok companions could create an avalanche effect with that narrative alone. And Dippy sits there, right, by itself, and it literally has more users than some of these AI companions. A lot of people don't know that. Like, Dippy is being used outside of just crypto. So you see, like, my thesis and theories are to buy subnets that transcend crypto. And of course, BitCast, right? I can't say enough for what BitCast is doing, man. Like, Tom and those guys, like, they're transparent, they're docs. We talk, we chop it up. And every time they just do what they say they're going to do. And that means a lot to me. You know what I mean? My bot instantly sends a message to Telegram in my private groups, and we know what subnet is starting to get interest. Then I collaborate that knowledge with the other Telegram group where the guys are talking about, oh, this subnet just got bought out, or this or this. So now I'm seeing, okay, for instance, subnet 125. I got into that a little early because I seen the volume uptick, but I didn't know it was being bought out until I went to the other Telegram group and I seen people talking about it. So it made sense to open a position. And the last couple, days or so, I made a 2x, 3x, took my little profits, rolled it back into root, and we're going to look for another opportunity.
I saw on X the other day, you released like the workflow of the AI agent you created. How has been your experience? I assume you vibe code those?
Yeah. So I build workflows based off APIs. I like to use APIs in Bittensor, right? Really to show off how good they actually are. Like, for example, Chutes API, right? I think I got like a little bit of money sitting on Chutes, but it's barely moved, right? DSearch API, DSearch, a lot of people are sleeping on DSearch, by the way. DSearch actually has a bot that they built called Riz. And I've noticed a lot of subnets have bots on base, by the way, which is kind of crazy. But little do they notice is that I use their API. So I know that DSearch, if they figure out their revenue generation issue, they could compete with something like Perplexity, right? So all day, I'm on my computer 10 to 12 hours a day, sometimes 16 hours. I'm always, because of my algorithms, I'm always getting like new low code, build this, build that, and I just study it, right? I study it. So I'm able to build these workflows and integrate these APIs specifically for Bittensor into my workflows, where it feeds me out an output of information based on volume, based on mind share. There was a good website that I forgot, I think Tensor, but they have this Mindshare website, right? Where you can, graze the sentiment of, if people are talking about the subnets, right? And then you can use X APIs, right? So I don't just stop right there with Bittensor APIs. I use X, I use, what's the other one called? Manus, use Deep Search, and I build these workflows to give me an edge when finding subnets and even meme coins and stuff like that. I got workflows set up for Solana meme coins. I got workflows set up for base tokens. So just keeping myself busy, but just putting myself in a position and even my community in a position to get to these things a little bit early.
What do you find is the hardest part of Bittensor to understand?
I think most people don't understand how to make gains on Bittensor. Kind of like what I was explaining. They just think, oh, I'm gonna buy this token, and if it 5x, I made a 5x. And when they find out it doesn't work like that, they just don't, they gotta, people have to do research, right? But it took me time. I'm not perfect. Like, it really, really took me time to understand this, and that's why I developed a strategy. But I also think, like, when a normie buys a subnet, they think the only people that's supposed to be buying these subnets are people that's actually using the utility, right? It's like, I don't code. What do I need to buy this for? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do I need Chutes for? I don't even use Chutes, right? Instead of buying because you believe that at some point this ecosystem will be adopted, right? The thing about it is, a lot of people buy these alpha coins and they really just don't make no money off it because of the, and I hate to say this, it's kind of messed up, but in some cases, there's a lot of subnets that disappear extraction, right? So I try to help my community with getting into subnets that, like, and I hate to like keep being an echo chamber, generate more revenue than that output. I also think for a builder and a developer, creating a miner, it also can be a learning curve there if you don't have no code experience. And even if you have a no vice code experience, you still got to understand how to use Bittensor code, how to go to GitHub and really set this stuff up. I think once a lot of subnets go into this no code miner things, that's why you see the subnets that have no code miners doing the best right now, because that's the new wave. BitCast, Ridges, like, put in my Gmail and I can create an agent to mine on Ridges. Hey, if I create the best agent, I take the pool. Right? It's not like I got to go to GitHub and set up my PyDot, download some shit. Because people don't be like me. I was a little bit scared to like download that on my computer. I don't, like, I got, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to have all that stuff downloaded on my computer. So, and I told Tom and them this. I'm like, they like, look, we're moving into no code miners, and we're going to be like the first subnet to do it. Those guys were before their time, and it has changed the landscape of Tau. And now everybody wants to drop a no code miner. It's kind of like the launch pads on Sol and Base that figured it out. Let's not make it, and it kind of, in a way, it kind of messed up the crypto space, right? Because now everybody think they can do it, and you're gonna lose something to gain something. We get it, right? But we always talk about adoption. We always talk about normies. We always talk about onboarding, right? People don't want to like do all that stuff, and it's so easy these days to build stuff without coding experience. Why not push your subnet into an area of adoption by making this stuff no code?